Life Audio.
Today I'll talk about that. John fights to remove some unwelcome house guests before they cost him his savings and sanity. Meanwhile, I get creeped out in the restroom at the Nashville Zoo and reveal why M&M's candies were sold to the military in the 1940s. Plus a conversation about the purpose of the church and the importance of focusing on authenticity rather than outside perception. Today's episode is not sponsored by Roomba. It's not a great vacuum cleaner, but at least it terrifies your pets. But first, a word from our actual sponsor.
Well, Johnny, we're back again for another episode of Talk About That.
Literally back again.
Yeah.
From just a few minutes ago.
What you people don't know.
What do you mean, you people? I don't like the
is
start of
that
this. It's very
Johnny
aggressive.
and I just recorded 30 minutes of a wonderful episode.
Yeah.
Only for me to discover. I looked up here at the waveforms, and it was not working correctly. Somehow it had mashed
Nobody cares.
our two tracks into one.
Somehow.
You were on the right and I was on the left.
Want that?
Come on.
Preach.
It was really weird. It's like we were one stereo channel together.
Uh-huh.
I don't want that. Like, I like you and everything.
Sure.
But I don't want to share a channel. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to hear your voice in one ear and mine in the other. That's what it would have been like for
We're
you guys.
so glad that you're sharing this channel. John, how would they find out more about the show?
You go to talkaboutthatpodcast.com.
Many archived episodes, a few hundred actually. And we appreciate our supporters. You can support the show, get ad-free content. Click on that upper right-hand link. Send us a note to hello at talkaboutthatpodcast.com.
Johnny, I got a little problem.
Yeah?
There are wild animals at my house.
Well, you had rabbits last week.
I did. And I had rabbit again yesterday. My
you
dog.
wait a minute, you had rabbit?
We
had rabbit stew.
So good. No, we were outside
Sure.
and I heard a squeaking noise again.
Oh, no.
My dog had found, I don't know why baby rabbits were back inside.
Wait, so Ace has become the little hunter,
Well,
gatherer.
he's really not, because I'll throw a cracker down and he can't find it. He has I don't know how he finds anything. But I was able to rescue the baby bunnies before any damage had been done and release
This is
them.
going to be a children's book, isn't it?
Yeah. So, and Ace must wonder why we're yelling at him so much for just doing what a dog does.
Right, he's just doing instinct.
But still, I expect more.
Yeah,
You know?
he's a person to you.
We have to all overcome our instincts. Why not him?
We're trying to have a civilization here, Ace.
Jeez, man.
But he's like bunnies deserve to die.
He lives an enchanted existence.
He does.
I mean, why should he? He should not stoop to such depths, is all I'm saying.
So, but you've got a little petting zoo going on over there.
So I came home from this long trip, and we discovered one. We have these sweet potato vines. We have these planters around our pool. We put sweet potato vines.
What is
in.
a sweet potato vine?
It's actually a sweet potato. It's a bulb, but it grows these really long vines. I mean, they'll stretch all the way
But
to the
not
pool.
actual sweet potatoes that you can eat.
Well, if you dug up the bulb, it'd be like a sweet potato.
Oh,
yeah.
is it really?
Yeah, but it's probably not the kind you get in a restaurant. It'd be a different variety.
So I shouldn't come over.
So you can.
Butter
At the end of the season,
butter, cinnamon, sugar.
when I dig them out, if you'd like to have it,
Thank you.
You can. Something had eaten. We thought maybe it was deer. The deer would have to jump the fence. They could, but they never have.
It's the Wild West at your house.
Well, it's because it's Corps of Engineer Army.
Deer
Corps.
are jumping your fence?
We thought maybe.
Oh.
But then I noticed something had dug underneath my lattice work in the
Listen,
gravel.
I don't know a lot about wildlife, but that's not a deer.
That's not a deer. Something's under there, under my house.
Yeah.
And I know it is. And because my dog's going crazy all the time. Now, rabbits have been under there. Mm-hmm. I'm aware of that. I don't know what this is. Well, I did see a possum one night on my deck.
We talked about the possum, your
he
interaction.
just looked up at me and wouldn't, we just
had
a moment.
Left his card.
And I left, and so left his card. And so we had seen a groundhog the other day.
I don't even know if I would know what a groundhog would be versus some other varmint.
You know what? I think the name aptly describes. Mm-hmm. I mean, he's kind of like a gopher crossed with a beaver.
Mm-hmm. Without the flat tail, right? The flat front tail.
But he's a little flat himself, but he's big. And so I started plugging up the hole where he's dig under, like putting huge stone pavers in there and stuff.
Right.
He moves them. I'll come back and things are just moved.
Yeah, they can root. They'll root on you.
He's leaving notes and stuff.
That's weird.
It's like, yeah, nice try, buddy, or whatever. I'm like, wow, he's really articulate.
Yeah. It's hard to get an order of protection against a groundhog.
Yeah. And so yesterday, then I came outside in the middle of the day, and he was down around the pool stuff. So he's the one who's been eating those plants, and my dog chased him. Mm-hmm. So now we have active chases. And yesterday, first a rabbit, now this. I mean, Johnny, yes, I live.
This is a TikTok channel if you would just
I can
really
monetize
content
this.
Creation.
If I was only good at that kind of stuff.
Chase with Ace.
Come on.
Tell me that username got to be
It's got to be out there.
There's some underscores in there.
So we have a mutual friend who works for a wildlife removal.
Varmint busters.
Like this morning, did I show you the picture?
What is it? Like a varmint removal. Is varmint a southern thing? People say varmint.
Varmint and critter.
Yeah.
Do you say critter? Are you above it?
Varmint feels. I was thinking about vittles too. Vittles is probably just short for vegetables though, right?
I'm showing Johnny right now.
Yeah.
That's him looking at me where he's burrowed underneath the door.
He's saying, you don't have the guts,
underneath
pal.
my house, just staring at me.
Yeah. He's saying, this is my house.
Yeah, and there's a bigger one there, yeah. And so
do you think it's more than one?
I don't.
But you called your varmint buster friend.
He came over.
Who's
I just got
a dear friend of ours, friend of the show.
And the company's great, but he was telling me it is definitely, the thing was right there by the door when he came in. Of course, it ran off. It has another escape route.
I think it's more than one. I think these things have set up governments. They've set up
I don't know, man.
Civilizations.
Whatever it is, I think I'm the target of something. But it's just free
room and board.
Apparently he came underneath the HVAC unit. That's how they get in often.
That's not. You don't want
that he said that they always have escape routes. Mm-hmm. Like they'll dig little tunnels, whatever, but they're very skittish, and so they always make sure they have like 5 ways to get away, which is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they make provision for their vision.
You need to. That's right. You need to flee every appearance of John Driver, as the scripture saith.
Anyway, and he also found evidence of raccoons. Oh, no. Living under there.
They're just living in harmony under there?
Now, well, he said...
It's beautiful, honestly.
In the winter, sometimes they'll cohabitate. He said usually at this time of year, the raccoons are having babies.
In the human world, we call that cuffing season. You know, that's what happened in the pandemic. People just started moving in together and getting married because they were like, look, we might all die.
We might as well just,
That's what happens. So that's what's happening. These animals, you've created a haven.
I've created,
where
like a utopia.
So other species are like, you know what? I got a problem with raccoons normally, but dude, mask or no mask,
we all just got to survive.
Buddies.
Yeah.
We're just trying to live here.
Oh my goodness. And they got sweet potatoes.
Yeah.
And so, I learned a lot today, but I just got the quote. Mm-hmm. It's not him; it's his company.
Right.
Johnny, it was a lot. It was a lot.
It's like the groundhog saw his shadow, and you got a $3,000 bill.
Yeah, because that's the thing. It's not just removal,
right?
I mean, in theory, I could remove
this.
It's
rehoming. It's shots. What do you do?
It's witness protection. They got a whole new identity.
Yeah.
No, but I mean, it's all the things they do to keep it from coming back. So it's
fingerprinting.
They have to dig down, pour concrete.
Okay.
Because they'll just dig under things. So
pour concrete in their pathways and their holes?
Like where they, underneath HVAC, they would dig a little trench, pour some concrete there. Then underneath, they would pour concrete underneath that door they've been burrowing.
Thank you.
Under. And I just can't. I'm hemorrhaging money, Johnny. I don't know if I can do this.
But if you let it go, though, now you just gotta.
Well, I can't do that either. My dog's gonna catch it, or it's gonna catch him.
But I mean, maybe that's what nature's. Oh, that's true. A groundhog might be able to take Ace.
Well, that's what.
How many pounds does Ace weigh?
He's 9 pounds.
That's what I'm saying. So it's like that's probably how much the groundhog weighs.
Well, yeah. And I was told today the groundhog will fight a dog.
What?
Yeah. Yeah, if pursued and there's a problem.
I think I'm coming over later. I want to see this.
You're going to pay.
A bunch of dudes standing around with money.
That's how I pay for all this.
It is.
It's like a chicken fight.
It's like groundhog fights.
Which we do not endorse.
No, we don't.
We don't. For all of you who were starting to send the email right when I said that.
I know there are reputable groundhog fight organizations. We're not talking about you. If you've gone through the licensing process, we're talking about the people who are doing it on the side without getting the proper authorities involved.
Right. Not those of you who have registered. Basically for this. But this would be... Anyway, I don't want to spend money on this. I came home, my ABS system, my car is out.
People
You
that
borrowed
talk
my
about-
truck and it wouldn't start.
People that talk about renting and they're just like, oh, you're throwing away money. And it's like, yeah, but once you own the home, like you can't just blame everything on the landlord. You just got to go.
Fix
you got to
it.
go pour groundhog concrete. You got to go like.
Well, plus repair all the lattice damage that it's done. I mean, things are digging through everything. I got to
Lattice and lettuce damage.
come on now. I mean, and I'm actually busy working my real jobs.
Yeah, that's what you want us to think. You're a pastor.
I'm writing, which by the way, yesterday.
Yeah.
So I'm writing a book called Finding Old Glory.
Right, about
which I own the
Captain
URL
William
for. I
Driver.
can say that it's not live yet.
the
But
history of one of the first flags, right?
well,
First U.S. flags.
it's the first flag called Old Glory.
Okay.
It's the guy that named the American flag Old Glory, but he was a British.
I don't want to do any spoilers.
He was not British. He was American from Salem, Massachusetts.
Okay.
And sailed around the world as a captain. That's where he had his flag. Mainly in the South Pacific. Crazy stories. I'm learning about that. But when his wife died, retired to Nashville. And was a staunch unionist here. And as a unionist, when the Civil War broke out, I mean, he spoke out against slavery. He spoke out against secession. Wrote a lot of things. Ran for mayor of Nashville at one point. Was a city councilman, city alderman. But like I found it. Well, I interviewed yesterday his great-great-grandson.
Oh, nice. Who was how old?
92 years old.
92.
Yeah. And he's been the guy over the course of years. I've talked to him several times over the years. I've been studying this my whole life, really.
Yeah.
But he's the guy that all the newspapers interview. And he, they had Old Glory come back. It's in the Smithsonian. They had it come back to the State Museum in like 06. And he's the main guy that talks about this story. And he wrote a book about it. My book is with the University of Tennessee Press, and so I'm focusing more on the Civil War side. He focused more on the life in general. But anyway, I got to sit with him yesterday. We recorded some interview. Our buddy Jeffrey came along, and we did some video.
Right.
And then he also loaned me a lot of his research, which I have a lot of it, but it was a treasure trove. Like when I got into the box yesterday. And I found like a letter from President Andrew Johnson, who was the military governor at the time, to William Driver.
Oh, that's great.
About giving him safe passage through. And I found, lots of the things I have, and a lot of it's already transcribed. It was just one of those things like, oh, this is going to be really helpful to round out the years of research that I have. Because I'm sitting on top of, if you looked in this folder, it would blow your mind.
Yeah, no, there's no way. I just there's no way. I would sit and be like, and now this all has to become a book.
Yeah,
all these little pieces of things have to become a thing, one whole.
It's probably 1,000 pieces of research.
Yeah.
Like a letter. It has to be transcribed. It has to be, and then put into order. And I know I've already written 30,000 words.
And then you got to know what to leave out, what to put in, how
Right.
long to expound on certain things.
Yeah.
That just would freak me out.
And I have a September 1 deadline, and I don't think there's any chance I'm going to make it. But I haven't told them that yet.
Okay. Well, maybe they're not listeners to the show.
I'm going to wait. I never worry that someone's a listener to the show, Johnny.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? Our listeners, I know.
Right.
And I know they would be trustworthy if I had to extend a deadline. And so
that is great. We do have very trustworthy listeners.
We do.
You know my favorite thing about our listeners, John?
What's that?
They don't mind ads.
They don't mind at all.
Because they know, look, we got to pay the bills too.
Yeah.
And we want to take a minute right now and hear from a few of our fine sponsors.
And we're back. Sorry, the computer did a little screeny thing there. Hey, Johnny, before I go into my segment.
Oh, okay.
I'd like to address something.
Oh, boy.
I feel like every week is a retraction.
It is. Let's talk about retractions.
Yeah. So a few weeks back, I quoted a military historical figure named Erwin Rommel, who I did mention was a German general, but technically he was a Nazi. It was a military quote. That was really the whole point of it. He talked about he was called the Desert Fox, and he was known as sort of
fighting a battle that you don't want the end goal of.
Right. If the end goal's not worth the battle, then or as my wife said, you could have just quoted her.
Right.
She said she always says that juice ain't worth the squeeze. She's like, and she's not a Nazi at all.
No,
it would have been a really good.
That's like a Southern Desert Fox.
But My wife loves when I call her a fox.
Yeah.
But I like to say this. It was not my intention to like endorse the thoughts of a Nazi.
Boy,
like,
I can't wait to hear today's quote. Genghis Khan said.
It was really a military thing. It's really with my intention. But if I offended anybody.
You've become so problematic.
I apologize for that. It was just kind of a thing. It wasn't like
I knew that throwing my lot in with you was going to get me canceled one day. I just didn't know when.
I mean, I don't know. We haven't had anybody write to us about it.
Well, that's fine.
But, I just...
Now we've reminded them. They'll be like, they'll go back and be offended with fresh eyes.
Yeah, if you didn't know, but...
We want to say distinctively that we are anti-Nazi.
Yeah. We stand strong against Nazism.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fascism in general.
Yeah. It feels like a revolutionary thing to say these days, but yeah, we're anti-fascist. So, but yeah, John, point taken. And look, come on, it could happen. Look, you could have vetted maybe a little better, or
well, again, I knew
maybe
who
made
he
some
was.
clarifications.
Yeah, I should have given it a little more, probably of a runway. I should have put some context around it, and I didn't. And for that, I apologize. So, okay. But speaking of, Johnny, I think it's time for me to do this week's quote of the week, which I'm sure will require no retraction.
Less problematic.
It's my segment we call They Talked About That.
Retraction incoming.
I like to say this too.
Yeah.
So, if I'm writing a book, every single quote obviously is vetted down to the final original source.
Right.
For the podcast, I do that to some extent.
Uh-huh.
But quotes of antiquity in particular are often attributed to more than one person.
Yeah, it can get strange.
Yeah. And so again, this one today is from Benjamin Franklin, but it's attributed to him, and it's found in some of like people's works of his writings, if that makes sense. They're not sure it's found in his original
collection of
right. Sometimes people infer a quote, especially if there's a different language involved, right? That it evolves over time. But anyway, I think that the quote is worthwhile regardless. Mm-hmm. And I'm pretty sure that Benjamin Franklin said it, but now I'm all spooked about this stuff.
We stake our entire reputation on the life and times of Benjamin Franklin. He never did anything wrong.
And that he said, yeah.
Yeah, and that he said this.
Yeah, he said this. He said, he that cannot obey cannot command.
Yeah.
He that cannot obey cannot command. And I've been thinking a lot about church lately. Like I've been in my own head about church. And in particular, like, what is the modern church supposed to be? Mm-hmm. Like, how is it supposed to work? What are the goals? And I think, like, okay, I can't go to a family function or anything or be anywhere where someone doesn't always know the number of people that were at a place when your church gathered. And I'm not opposed. I'm like, it's a number, right? The early church in Acts 2, they knew that 3,000 people were there the first day, right? Mm-hmm. In Acts chapter 2. So, someone's counting something, and I'm okay with that. I think that rubric has become in evangelical circles, especially, like, it looms very large.
Yeah.
And not just that then, but, like, the service looms large. I sent you a video the other day of this guy playing this clean channel electric, and it was kind of funny, but he had this little song he'd written about. He went to a church, they had 200 people, and the worship band, it was like a concert if a concert wasn't that great. Mm-hmm. And they were this normal church trying to be this mega church.
Yeah.
And then he says, what's wrong with just being a normal church? And I thought, man, that really was telling. And I have, again, you've heard me say this on the podcast before, but this idea of the parish, the mm-hmm. Parish, like a place where it's reflective of the community. It's just a part of it. And it's a place where we're a house of prayer. We're a house of worship. So we teach the word of God. We invite people to be closer to God. We pray to God, pray with you, pray for things. We worship together. There's music involved. We're at the birth of your children, and when someone's sick, we're in the hospital, and we're in community, in groups, and walking through life together. And And then we're there when somebody dies, and we feed the poor, and we do the things in our community that's needed. And if you're in a big community, it might be a bigger parish, and if you're a small community, it might be a smaller one. But no one really even thinks about that, right? There's no one's like, there's a difference between looking through a windshield and looking at a windshield.
Yeah.
And if you stop when you're driving and try to look at your windshield, it can be dangerous. Like you're trying to see the little spots or see if there's a crack. And I think so much of church is like us looking at a windshield. Like,
yeah, that weird like apprehension that we feel about how we're being perceived versus just being the thing.
Yeah, just be the thing. And I think that's what Franklin's saying. Like, look, don't try to command. Don't try to do something that you're not doing for yourself. Don't try to get above it.
Yeah.
So I tell the staff all the time, like, I think the most important part of what we do today is that the thing that we're talking about, whatever it may be, is real for us. Mm-hmm. It's real for us regardless of how we teach it. It's real for us. And Jesus, I think the whole incarnation, that was the whole idea, was that he didn't fly above the people. He became God with us.
Yeah.
So that he experienced what we experienced. And the Bible even says that he learned obedience. Not in the sense that he had been disobedient, but he learned what it felt like to be a human who had to obey God. Mm-hmm. He chose that, right? So that he understands what it feels like for us. Before he tried to command, and even said, look, a servant's not greater than his master. And so if I'm washing your feet, if I'm serving you, it's not because I'm not great. It's because this is greatness. This is what it is.
I've been in megachurch settings, and I don't want to besmirch all megachurches, but I do think that the modern model of the megachurch is problematic and has a lot of challenges, and that they're built into it. And one of them I've seen sometimes is like, I've been in meetings where I hear people talking about servanthood as though it's something that you almost like graduate from. They're like, hey, this person bringing me coffee. I used to do that job. The person bringing me coffee now. And so that gives me empathy for them. Yeah. But it's almost like they're saying it like they would never bring anybody coffee now.
Yeah.
But they used to do it.
Yeah.
And so they can empathize with somebody who's lower than them. But now they've paid their dues almost. And you're like, no, you never stop paying dues. If you're too big to bring me coffee, you should not be in ministry.
Yeah. 100% agree. Yeah. Like right now,
by the way, can I get a coffee?
No. This is my resignation from ministry.
Yeah.
No, I think the idea of not graduating from servanthood or not graduating from the need to obey, or the idea that you command something that you don't get commanded on.
Yeah.
I think it's rampant in today's culture. That we do feel that leaders, both spiritual, political, social, whatever you want to say, there's a moment when if they become influential enough, that we no longer hold them to the standards that they claim to uphold because they've graduated above it, and they can now speak into this from a place, from almost like a place where they've enlightenment.
Yeah,
they've reached social enlightenment. They no longer are subject to the same things that we're subject to.
That pressure in culture to push somebody up a ladder that they might not even have known they were on. Like if somebody's just making something at home that they love, they're making quilts. We feel this need in culture now to be like, these should be on Etsy. You should be selling these. This should now be a job. They might have just been, and if they become aware of it and it can help them like advance their place and help pay their rent, that'd be one thing if they really want that. But sometimes they didn't even want it. You just go, you're projecting an image of what they should be. And I think that's infected the church in some way too, where we go, well, if you got this many people and then this apartment building's coming in, because that's happening with us right now. We're getting ready to get this influx of new housing. And it's so hard not to be like, just think of all the people that are going to be right next door.
Yeah.
And what that could mean. It's like it stops being about, it's almost, we start thinking of it in industry terms.
And it's hard. I was in a meeting the other day and somebody spoke in some business terms about church things. Mm-hmm. And somebody else spoke up and said, we have to remember that church is not like business. We have a business side.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of there's a lot of phraseology out there of you should run your church like a business, as if that's a positive thing.
Yeah.
And it was probably
people did that for years about the country. We got to run this country like a business.
Yeah, like 10 years ago or so, I started saying, I just now openly say, no, guys, the worst thing we could ever do is run church like a business. We need to be good stewards of the 501c3 side of this, all those things that our modern culture and place and time demands of us. But nothing that we do here.
Yeah, there should be checks and balances, and you should know how to balance the checkbook, and you should know when to spend what you don't have. But beyond that, the church is that's why, I mean, the church is literally, it's called a service on Sunday. Like, I don't love when people talk about the post office, like the post office lost this many $1 billion. It's a service. Right. It's not the post op business. It's the postal service.
We're called a non-profit. Yeah. Right. We're supposed to be not profiting.
Yeah.
Like by our very nature.
And you're nailing it, by the way.
Oh, let me tell you something. I think the podcast is a non-profit.
I think you're right.
We're doing the wrong thing.
Let's go.
But I don't want to be one who tries to command when I don't obey, Johnny.
So, I will say, John, let's keep working on it.
Yeah.
We can talk after the show more about it.
Yeah,
let's do my segments, John. This first one's Johnny's old jokes. We call it Joke About That. John, an Amish husband, wife, and son travel to the city on vacation. They visit a shopping mall, and while the mother is shopping, the father and son are standing in awe in front of an elevator, having no idea what it is, as they're Amish. As they watch, an elderly lady walks into the strange silver doors, and the doors close. The father and son watch as the numbers go up and then back down. The doors open. A beautiful young woman walks out. The father leans over and whispers to the son, "Son, go get your mother." John, did you know for a period Houdini used a trap door in every single show he did?
Really?
I guess you could say it was a stage he was going through.
Nice. I like a good wordplay, Johnny. Guys, it was a stage he was going through. Okay.
Not like a groundhog going through your
By the way, the
crawl space.
The picture of the groundhog looking at me is still up on my phone.
That needs to be your screensaver. He's taunting you. He's saying, hey, he should be holding bags of money, just chewing through the
occupied driver's house.
John, a husband got his mother-in-law. I love a good mother-in-law joke, although we love our mother-in-laws.
Yes.
But mother-in-laws have, historically been great fodder for jokes.
Okay.
If you're going to make like a, my monster-in-law, etc., kind of a joke. A husband,
I never liked my fodder. Sorry, go ahead.
A husband got his mother-in-law a cemetery plot for Christmas. It came with a coffin, tombstone, the works. The next Christmas comes and the husband gets her nothing. When the mother-in-law asks, "Why didn't you get me a gift?" the husband says, "You haven't used the one I got you last year." Boom! Take that, mother-in-law. Again,
I would never say such things.
We apologize to the mother-in-laws.
We're very offended by the joke that we just told.
John, let's do This Week in History. We call it Talk About Then. This week, 1979, a pivotal invention is unleashed on the marketplace. One that shaped our childhood, maybe more so mine than yours. The Walkman. Mm-hmm. The first Walkman. Headset culture began when Sony's Walkman portable cassette player goes on sale. Although not the first portable cassette player, it was the first designed to play during the shock and vibration encountered while walking. So I guess the others would kind of shut down.
Yeah.
If you began to jostle. And so it originally sold. I like the original sales price of some of these items because it kind of makes you go, wow. Because we think of things are so expensive now. The original sales price for a Walkman was $150.
You are kidding.
They sold more than 30,000 units in the first 2 months.
They did okay.
They did okay.
Yeah.
Pretty good. I think people like the idea. Now it's almost like I wonder, because like the idea then was I can take my music outside with me.
Right.
It was a very attractive thing. Now we talked today at lunch about how we've become so siloed. Mm-hmm. It's almost like people are almost afraid of the real world.
Yeah.
Like reproduction rates are down. All this stuff is kind of alarming. But part of it's like the real world we're so risk averse.
Yeah.
We're scared of the real world a little bit. There are still people who are big nature enthusiasts and we want to get out. We go on hikes. But I think as a culture back then, it was almost like, you mean I can take my music outside with me?
Yeah.
That became like amazing. I can go on a walk and listen to my...
Right, I can be in the world and have this music.
Now it's
like, I have this music because I don't go into the world.
Yeah. Come on.
Won't
you? Some of y'all need to get out in the world and
walk, man.
Play some. Come on. John, the first TV commercial happened this week, 1941.
Wow.
Television's first official commercial was aired by WNBT of New York. It was a 10-second ad for Bulova watches and consisted of a WNBT test pattern modified to look like a clock. The Bulova logo with the phrase Bulova watch time appeared in the lower right hand of the test pattern. This was the first day that commercial television was authorized in the U.S. While the first officially legally authorized TV ad, stations had previously read messages from sponsors as experiments in advertising. The UK would not get TV ads until 1955. That's 14 years later.
Wow.
So it was just a clock. And they were like, Bulova. That's a boring...
We're a clock.
Yeah, it's dumb. But I was thinking, I wanted to ask you beforehand, but I didn't. So you're not... I'm kind of putting you on the spot. But like, what do you remember... like, what is your favorite commercial? Like, commercials really... They're kind of, we're irritated with them. Like when I go to the movies now, it's like 30 minutes of ads now and we're irritated. But there are commercials like that you go, I'm glad that I watched that commercial. Even though you know it's an ad, it's so funny or disarming.
I remember Like Mike.
Sure. What was that? That was Gatorade, right?
Yeah, like
if I
Mike,
could be like,
if I could be like Mike.
Yeah.
I remember...
Sometimes I dream that he is me, which I think is dumb because that's the opposite of what the song is saying. Think about it. The first line of that song, sometimes I dream that he is me. That means y'all want Mike to be like me.
Yeah.
Come on. This is some
better.
songwriting 101.
You know what,
God, there's no way that ad's never going to make it.
This changes everything.
Okay.
Could have been that I am the... Anyway, okay.
That's
they needed it to rhyme.
The old English version of it. I am the...
I think older songs are so much easier to write because you could use the... I remember the two patties special sauce.
2 all beef patties, special sauce, lettuce, cheese, pickles, onions on a sesame seed bun.
Yeah, but I remember there was one. God, there was a McDonald's one that had the list of every ingredient. What was that?
That was it.
No, I think there was another one.
Oh, really? It listed everything?
Man, I'm struggling to find it, but I used to know the whole thing, and it was a lot longer than that.
Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, McDonald's is famously, they spend a ton of money on advertising still. You got to do it. That's the thing too with even like what I do. Like as much as I would like to just opt out and just be like, look, I wrote the jokes, come to the shows. Like if you don't wave your arms in the air, nobody knows who you are. You just back into the woods.
That's been my problem.
That's what's going on.
I don't wave my arms.
You don't wave your arms, buddy. You know who finds you? Groundhogs. Mm. That's it. Because your house is dilapidated and in disrepair. You live in a hovel.
They find me by the
and you live in squalor.
Yeah.
You got raccoons and groundhogs living together.
I know.
In harmony, though, so that's nice.
Yeah.
John, this week, speaking of which, this is kind of so apt. This week, 1874, the first U.S. zoo.
What?
The Philadelphia Zoological Society opens. Admission was 25 cents. It housed 1,000 animals, almost as much as John's crawl space, including buffalo, deer, wolves, foxes, bears, monkeys, 67 bird species, and 15 reptiles. Do you like the Nashville Zoo? Have you been to the Nashville Zoo recently?
I like it.
Here's one problem I have with the Nashville Zoo. It's the only zoo that I think I've ever seen that has this. But if you go into the restroom at the Nashville Zoo, have you been to the restroom at the Nashville Zoo?
I mean, I don't recall anything.
They have a display
exceptional
where you wash your hands. There's a big glass, and there are animals staring at you. I don't know what's in there. It's like maybe it's a gibbon or some kind of monkey. Some rodent. Something's going on in there, and they are just like...
What, like you're underground or something?
There's just a habitat on the other side of the hand washing
Johnny,
area.
that's not the bathroom. You went into a monkey cage.
I am washing my hands where they... Those are lemur urinals. What are you doing? Anyway, they're staring at you. And it's like, what a weird thing. That's their show. That's their... Yeah,
you're in the zoo.
Yeah, you're their zoo.
And now, on the other side
and now here's a dude peeing.
And now we're watching this human
yeah, it's so strange.
relieve himself.
I don't love it.
No, my favorite zoo
is,
so far at least, is St. Louis.
Oh, okay.
St. Louis Zoo. You ever been there?
No.
Unbelievable.
I need to go.
Yeah.
What do they have that's different than our zoo?
Lots of things. Okay. I couldn't name them right now.
I remember when the Knoxville Zoo, because I grew up in Knoxville, the Knoxville Zoo got penguins, like African penguins that can survive in warm weather, and I was such a penguin kid. I loved penguins.
Who among us?
And I was so excited to go see They were little, they're little.
Yeah.
They're not like the big 4 foot tall emperor penguins that you would see in Antarctica on the documentaries, but they're little guys. And, but I remember thinking I was in hog heaven. I was like, they had a little swimming thing. You could watch them go underwater. And I mean, come on, man.
And you went there and used the bathroom on them, didn't you?
I did. I said, is there a way you could put urinals on the other side of this to make the penguins super uncomfortable? What a weird sociological experiment. We've perpetrated it on them and ourselves.
Yeah. I want to know. Yeah.
It's weird, dude.
You're going to be.
It sounds like I'm making it up, but it's true, and it's in the
You're
women's
going to be in a
restroom.
journal someday. Like
it
somehow
is.
It's going to be.
Yeah, it's true. Like, what are they?
Somebody on a podcast is going to be like, this date in 2025.
It's like I need somebody to realize it's weird and stop it.
Comedian Jonnie W was.
Yeah. Well, like I said, we've been looking for a way
peeing in a monkey cage, and somehow
he's free to get canceled.
Yeah.
John, finally, this week in 1999, the inventor of M&Ms died at the age of 95. So he had a good long life. But I thought he should make the list because it was interesting. I did not know. You like food that built...
it's Mars and...
It's a Forrest Edward Mars Sr. And the... let's see. He had sold a 20% share in the product and was the son of Hershey Chocolate's president, William F.R. Murray.
Yeah, Murray and Mars. M&M.
M&M. He was an American candy maker, inventor of M&Ms. They were designed so that... I didn't know this. Do you know what they were designed? You watch the Food That Built America, so you probably already know this. You're going to tell me, the coating was a polymer that came from... they were designed, John, so that soldiers would not get their trigger fingers sticky. Huh. So it was developed as a candy for military people. Mars got the idea for M&Ms in the 1930s when he saw soldiers eating British-made Smarties during the... which not modern Smarties are sweet tarts.
Right.
These were
British educated
Smarties. Less educated Smarties. They were probably even smarter. They were British. They were very foppish, inevitably, irrevocably. During the Spanish Civil War, 1936 to 1939, Smarties were chocolate pellets with a colored shell of a hardened sugar syrup, preserving them and preventing them from melting. Mars received a patent for his process, so he stole it, basically. Let's be honest here. He was like, hey, I'll make one that's not a pellet. It's a little bit flatter, and it's more of a wafer.
That's our true crime podcast.
Mars received a patent for his process and began manufacturing them in 1941. A lot of stuff happened in 1941, including World War II, right?
Well, it was already going. Pearl Harbor was 41.
War 41. Yeah. A day that will live in infamy.
Yeah.
During World War II, the candies were sold only to the military. That's wild to me. So M&Ms were developed.
That happened a lot, and then the military would come home. They'd have a taste for it.
Okay.
And so then they would expand to the general market, and they had a huge market of soldiers who were already ready to buy it. And now they're back home as citizens.
The M&M name represents the names of Mars and Bruce Murray, who had a 20% share in the product. The slogan, melts in your mouth, not in your hand, was introduced 1949. So it took them 8 years to be like, we need something.
We need to. Interesting.
Well, make your trigger finger sticky. Like that didn't make it.
Right. You don't want to do that.
It didn't grab you as much.
If I remember correctly, I believe Mars as the company, even though they broke off from Hershey.
Sure.
Because he worked for Hershey, and then he left.
Right. That's what it says.
And but I believe that, and this is very true. Hershey still made their money because they still used Hershey's chocolate.
Okay. Well,
so Hershey was such a huge. I mean, it was everything right at the beginning, and it was so huge that a lot of their competitors would use Hershey's chocolate still. So even though it was still their competitor, Hershey they were making money off of their competitors.
They also developed the Mars bar, which is still sold in the UK, but not as much here.
Yeah, I haven't seen a Mars bar in a long time.
You know where you find them? Go to Publix, and there is a section of like British candies and like overseas snacks and delicacies, and you can still find a Mars bar.
I wonder why that's overseas. Wasn't that?
I don't know.
Here?
I think Mars is technically. Maybe they're just sold primarily.
Maybe they bought the rights.
Maybe the Brits like a Mars. We're more of a Mars and Milky Way are very similar. It's a caramel nougat chocolate.
I do love a good Milky Way. I like a good Three Musketeers too.
Yeah.
When I have a candy bar, it means
the wheels have come off.
Right, I'm doing this right now just to do it because it's a lot. People, I mean, to think candy bars were not a thing until again 1920s.
Like giving yourself a little sweet treat, rewarding yourself. Like, I'm gonna make myself a little sweet treat.
Yeah, but like there's a lot going into that. Mm-hmm. That's a good 300 calorie, just like
It's just
shot to the system. You know what I'm saying? Straight in.
insulin rocketing.
You might as well just put it right into your bloodstream.
Yeah,
You know,
it
and
is.
you are.
You are.
when you ingest it. That's how ingestion works.
I appreciate that
Yeah,
physiology.
We are a medical
lesson.
podcast.
We are a medical podcast. John, how would people find out more about the podcast again?
Go to talkaboutthatpodcast.com.
And we get notes. And
Yeah.
I think somebody sent us a note this week following up with us on the Hidden Valley Ranch saga.
Yeah.
Ranch,
Ranchgate.
The Ranchgate.
Yeah.
And did we tell that person we'd give them free merch? Because they were asking. They're like, here's my address. I
They
think we
did, and you're going to do it.
I'm gonna do it.
It was you, because you're the one with merch.
I think anybody that corrects us deserves something free because they're taking on a role of a producer.
Well,
They're doing what we
I
couldn't
thought
do
you were
for
going to say
ourselves.
they're taking on a formidable opponent. No.
They are. Well, no, it's not that.
You're gonna say-
You're taking on a formidable opponent: groundhogs and raccoons and critters of all kinds.
I tell you.
I need to ask Eli about coming and getting a bird's nest down for me when he's done with your project. It sounds like
Look,
he's going to be at your house the next couple of weeks.
I take care of birds' nests.
What do you mean take care of, though? I don't want to kill the birds.
For $300, I'll do it.
You're trying to supplement your groundhog
I need something
mission?
to
Offset your costs?
The groundhog thing, I mean, we're in a full-blown crisis. So, and I know.
I was feeling bad about my bird situation until now. It's like, you know what I'm saying? I lamented that I had no shoes until I met a man who had groundhogs in his crawl space. That's what's happening. You're making me feel better.
Yeah.
I just got like a bird's nest over my breezeway at my house, and they are just dropping bombs. But I don't want to. And so like Amazon packages get delivered, and they're like looking up, and they're dive bombing these Amazon people.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, but I don't want to take the nest down because there's babies in there, and I don't want the babies to get hurt.
Yeah.
I want to wait until they've moved on from the nest, but I feel like it's just getting inhabited. I feel like they're subletting.
Yeah.
I feel like new birds are being like, hey, there's an opening.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's been a while now.
Maybe you should give an eviction notice.
Okay.
Give him a little time.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? Hey,
I don't know what the squatters' rights are of
I'm
birds.
fair, but this has to change. I just had a thought.
Okay.
You know what great stuff is?
Yes. Little expanding foam sealant.
I wonder if I could just grate stuff. Because here's the thing, I can.
This feels like you're trying to find a $5 solution to this $3,000 problem.
I could get rid of, I think, of the groundhog
Yeah.
somehow. I don't know, lure him out with something. But
Drop that cracker for Ace that he won't go get. Yeah.
But it's him coming back is the problem, and apparently he has created entrances and exits all over the bottom of the house.
He's renovating.
So what if I went and plugged all those holes? Would he just dig right through that?
With foam?
Yeah.
I just don't know that that's the best idea you've ever had.
Why?
I don't know.
I mean,
It just feels like if it was that easy, John.
I don't know. I mean, I think
Plus, that foam's toxic, right? You just can't spray it into the groundwater.
No, it turns into hardened foam. I'm not
BPH and all kinds
You
of
think
weird.
we're drinking out of this groundwater? Like, Johnny, our water comes from pipes. I don't know if you're aware.
You never drank groundwater.
We put it in a bottle.
I don't know how it works. It's fine.
Oh, I could just dig out, spray some foam in there, put a couple rocks over it. Again, put up a note.
Why don't you get like a box with like a stick, prop up part of the box,
Yeah.
and you say, free,
Here you go, buddy.
free crackers.
Laura told me, she goes, you just don't have the disposition if you were to catch it. Like,
Yeah.
it'd be like screaming and doing all this stuff. And I was like, well, I don't know. I mean,
The groundhog scream?
I don't know. Get me out of here.
Would it be great if he spoke English? That'd be something. Oh, man. You wouldn't know what to do with
I'd
yourself.
put him in the truck and just drive him out somewhere nice.
Yeah.
You know, here you go, buddy. Here's your new.
Tell Sadie, he lives on a farm now.
Yeah.
She's crying.
I don't think Sadie's cried over this.
Okay. She's just upset that it's wrecking her life. And
I mean, his face, I'm looking at him, is kind of cute.
he's taking her first year of college right now is what he's doing.
Oh, my goodness.
Come on, man. Well, you'll get to it. It'll be fine.
Yeah, if my dad were alive, he'd be like, you're going to try to pay someone to do what? You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah, that's not what real men do. You're outsourcing your manhood here.
What I could do, I don't know. Maybe I could find a way.
No, you can, it's fine. Well, we'll have a report next week.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You got to stay tuned now because it's the Groundhog Report now.
Yeah.
The whole show's been hijacked by varmints.
Yeah. Some might say we're those varmints, John.
Yeah.
Come on now.
And they're not wrong.
No, they're not. Guys, thank you, though, for spending the time you did with us this week. Let's do it again next week. You're on?
Talk about that.